Okay, here we go. Part 2, breaking down the 2017 NBA Finals. This will be the second period of Game 1. We have already done the first period of Game 1. Link to that is in the description. Before we get into the play-by-play of the second period, I am compelled to point out that every single field goal that Kevin Durant scored in the first period was scored on LeBron James or as a direct result of LeBron James's failed defense. Specifically, first Durant drives on LeBron and scores. Then he shakes LeBron, just shakes him right out of the screen, and then easily scores. Then he shoots the J in LeBron's face. Then he finishes a running dunk going right past LeBron. And then finally LeBron, on another failed defensive play, falls down and Durant goes and dunks the ball. So that is 5 out of 5 of Durant's made field goals on LeBron James. Interestingly enough, that's not all of Kevin Durant's shots in the first period. He did miss a few, and that usually was when someone else was guarding him. LeBron's makes, by contrast. Indeed, one was a perimeter shot when Kevin Durant was guarding him. LeBron's other 2 shots were easy dunks. One of which absolutely nobody was guarding him, and another one in which people forgot he was on the floor and had to run over and try to contest it at the last minute. Anyway, here we go. Period 2.
Just give up easy baskets. We know they're going to score, they're going to make shots. We know that.
All right, a split screen. A little bit hard to see, but LeBron James had a head of steam. The defender went flying, and LeBron finished. He actually showed some body control there. Good job, LeBron. Everything I've ever said is proven wrong because you made a shot.
We're at offensive.
Thank you, Josh. Mike.
All right, Doris, LeBron.
Okay, so that entire play, LeBron James was chasing Draymond Green from start to here at the still frame, so clearly there has been a change of strategy by Ty Lue. I think Kevin Durant having a field day with LeBron James probably required an adjustment.
West with his first finals appearance.
Hey, David West. You remember David West? Anyway, the Warriors are about to go on a brick fest, leaving me once again wondering how they even won this series. And there's Richard Jefferson getting some more playing time, getting the rebound.
Excited to be a part of this. Kevin Love and a whistle before. Foul's going to be called.
And interesting to me is that the Warriors are...
Look at these two. Enjoying life, don't you think? Something occurred to me looking at them, sitting there grinning on the bench. These two together are a more lethal combination than the supposed GOAT, LeBron James, in any of his super team-ups. More lethal than he and Dwayne Wade, more lethal than he and Kyrie. Let's swap that and say more lethal than he and Kevin Love, more lethal than he and Anthony Davis. Every single one of those people that I listed alongside LeBron James is amazing. The problem, the common denominator of failure, is LeBron James. That's why this combination defeats any combination you put next to LeBron James.
Both Durant and Curry on the bench.
The defense for Cleveland. During the regular season, their defense was below average, and that's being kind at times as Draymond Green...
And we have a turnover by LeBron James and a reminder of Draymond before he signed with Clutch. Let's take a look at what happened. Sorry, I know the resolution's not great, but it looks like LeBron lost control of the ball, regained it, tried to pass it out to somebody, and Draymond Green grabs it. And then LeBron comes out of bounds and tries to shoulder ram Draymond out of the way. Last touch by LeBron, turnover LeBron.
Well, it's going to be hard against this juggernaut Warrior offense.
I'm sorry, but is that not more script, more victimhood for LeBron James? Let's take a look at the lineup on the floor at this very moment. LeBron James, the supposed GOAT, against Draymond Green. Ian Clark against Darren Williams. Kyle Korver on Klay Thompson. David West with Kevin Love. Richard Jefferson on Andre Iguodala. juggernaut, huh? Although Iguodala does get the best of Richard Jefferson here. That looked like some LeBron James defense.
7 dunks in the first quarter.
He's ripping on the Cavs defense and talking about the Warriors had 7 dunks in the first quarter. You know what would be enlightening announcing is if you called out the GOAT for the fact that 3 of those dunks were Durant versus James. Another dunk was Pachulia. After LeBron James got blown by, Kevin Love had to come over to help, so Durant dished it to Pachulia. So, in my opinion, that dunk is on LeBron also. And then we had Durant blowing by LeBron yet again, and Durant simply dishing off to JaVale McGee for his easy dunk. That could have easily been another Kevin Durant dunk. In any case, that's 5 out of 7 of these dunks that Van Gundy mentioned came as a direct result of LeBron James's poor defense. And he just wants to talk about Cavs defense, not LeBron's defense. 5 out of the 7 dunks.
To James, Ian Clark on him with a big smile on his face. Why, I don't know. James drives, finds Jefferson. Richard Jefferson.
Way to capitalize on having 6'3" Ian Clark on you, GOAT.
Klay Thompson. Iguodala back out to West from the elbow.
Told you it was a brick fest for the Warriors.
Williams, a midseason pickup.
Draymond pulls off a jump ball with that defense.
Well, good job by Green cutting off the first move.
Not giving up an inch, continuing the bout.
Iguodala, who missed the game earlier in the playoffs.
Still got LeBron and Draymond matched up.
With a sore knee, that 9-day rest may have benefited him the most.
What did I tell you about Klay and those open shots? Dude. And what did I tell you about the Warriors putting up a brick fest? Still in the lead somehow.
Klay Thompson can't hit the 3. He has been magnificent defensively, but has struggled shooting the ball. James lost.
Here's Mr. No Bag body slamming the 6'6" Iguodala and coming up with nothing. Iguodala deserves a Purple Heart for the punishment he took guarding LeBron.
Handle.
Look who's the last one heading up court because he's taking time to complain to the refs.
Well defended by Iguodala. Ian Clark cuts to the rim and is fouled.
Felt like there was contact on the other end. Iguodala defending him one-on-one, trying to post up.
Look at the angle of LeBron James's body here. Look at how he has rotated his body to use it as a battering ram. This is ugly basketball. And Iguodala is simply absorbing punishment. Defense against LeBron James just means absorbing punishment and praying to God they don't call it on you. Iguodala is sent reeling backwards after that ramming, only to have to reset and get ready to absorb the next round of punishment. First is the elbow blow, followed by the full arm. Now, look how wide LeBron's legs are apart, how awkward this is. Next, he uses his head to regain his balance or continue ramming Iguodala or something. Like, that's not Iguodala. That's LeBron James sticking his head in there. And now look at the ball. He's lost the ball. The ball is out of LeBron's hands. He's already lost it with his ugly, awkward offensive move. The ball is no longer in his hands. He no longer has control of the ball. And that is before Iguodala has done anything other than take punishment. As Iguodala is being knocked backwards, his arms move. His arms come down, and I'm sure fanboys want to say, oh, that means he's fouling him. No, he is not hitting LeBron James here. He is just somebody who is moving backwards from impact. LeBron James lost the ball at the conclusion of his ugly, awkward, bulldozing style of basketball. No bag, steroid basketball. After slamming into the defender and just throwing his body around clumsily, he's mad that he doesn't get bailed out by a whistle. And guess what Mark Jackson does?
So swipe on the arm. Clearly contact. They got away with.
Swipe on the arm. Clearly contact. Here's a different angle of LeBron James headbutting Iguodala and the ball out of LeBron's hands. Iguodala hasn't hit a damned thing yet. Look where his arm is.
You know, we talk often about why there's...
Look at that. Look at that. The ball is not in LeBron's hands. Iguodala is not hitting LeBron. And Van Gundy decides to add on and sympathize with why players don't want to go down low, because the game is so tough now. There's so much physicality. Oh, man.
Just look at how much contact you have to go against in the low post, what our league allows. Obviously, our league doesn't want guys to play in the post.
You guys better blow up the comment section after that one. Van Gundy talking about the physicality. The physicality has become so extreme that people don't even want to play in the post anymore, and the league has designed it this way, allowing all of this physicality. Really? Really? Mr. 80s and 90s? The 80s and 90s pair of Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, who at the ends of their announcing careers complained all the time about reffing going over the top, protecting players from physicality. These are the same guys talking about the league allows too much physicality. Which one is it? Or is it just whichever lies required at the moment to protect the guy that you're seeing on the screen right now? Anyway, LeBron goes to the bench with 9:38 remaining in the second.
And I agree with what you're saying, but those are calls you got to make.
Those are calls you have to make. Mr. Tough Guy is still going on, complaining and covering for LeBron James, indicating to the audience that LeBron James did in fact get fouled. I just showed you that he didn't. If anything, he committed multiple offensive fouls on Andre Iguodala and lost the ball.
Warriors up by 9. Richard Jefferson drills the jumper. Thompson from deep.
Good Lord, Jefferson, what kind of a goofy rebound was that? Anyway, the Cavaliers are chipping away at the lead with LeBron on the bench. Thompson continues to not make a damn thing. Goofy Richard Jefferson karate chops the ball out of bounds, leaving Kevin Love to try and chase it down, and then Richard Jefferson just flops as if he's been under LeBron's tutelage for years already. Kevin Love is there to make sure that the refs look, and it works. They call it against the Warriors.
And as expected, playing big minutes in the playoffs. A rebound and assist. David West get 9 points here in the first half thus far. Love looking to post up. Cannot handle the pass. Clark, Iguodala, Draymond Green for 3. Thompson on Irving.
They actually called Jefferson for his moving screen here. Look at him shifting sideways. Look at him. Oh, I thought as long as my hands were down here, I could hop all over the place. As long as I've got it paused, let's review the juggernaut Warriors offense. Other than that one layup by David West, they've missed everything. Speaking of, there's Thompson. He actually beats Richard Jefferson off the dribble only to blow the layup. Super team, super team, super team. Oh, there's Kyrie. Nobody can hit anything. It's all right. Clay's going to prove me wrong right here. Show me what he's made of. And no, he's going to get blocked by Kevin Love. Here comes Curry. Maybe the Warriors will make something. And here comes LeBron as well.
Durant, wide open look.
Okay, keeping track. So far, David West's layup is still the only shot that the Warriors have made in the second period. Juggernaut offense, right. Another interesting fact is that every shot Durant has missed, LeBron wasn't guarding him. It's almost as though he likes when LeBron is guarding him.
They were not even matched up.
Korver misses, but look at LeBron. Once again, he is already leaving. I mean, this is just so common. I can't help but mention it.
Korver. Durant handling. Durant down the lane.
Gee, good thing LeBron took off early to be back on defense, huh? Now, are we going to count that as Durant scoring on LeBron again, or does that not count? I'm serious. What do you think? To play it safe, I'm not going to count that one, but for the record, the Warriors are 2 of 8. 0 from the perimeter. And somehow he manages to be last across going the other way. He's just smart. He knew Kyrie was going to turn it over. He was saving his energy. Believe it or not, here we go again. I mean, you guys tell me. I know Green misses the layup, but tell me that's not LeBron blowing the defense. I mean, this is getting old. It's not even fun anymore. I have to stop and break it down and be like, okay, is there any possible way that this isn't LeBron effing up again? You guys tell me. Make it easy on me. Here's what I'm saying. LeBron and Durant are matched up. LeBron, I don't know what, he's overplaying the pass, but he just gets left behind by Durant, and the help has no chance but to cut Durant off. LeBron doesn't change assignments in order to not leave someone open, so if Green doesn't blow this layup, that is another bucket scored by the Warriors as the direct result of LeBron's blown defense. Jesus, look at the Warriors. They can't make a goddamn thing. They missed the putback too. How did the Cavs lose this? And Curry misses again, which means we still only have Durant's dunk and David West's layup. LeBron picks up a head of steam to make his own layup, which means this most skilled era in this period can only make layups. We have a break, and the announcers immediately go back to glazing LeBron James.
17 points and 8 rebounds already.
I admit, especially with 6:22 left in the second period, 17 points, 8 rebounds, sounds pretty good. Here's the crazy thing. You've been watching this. Have you seen anything that's amazing? Have you seen anything that's even good? I think he's given up 17 points on defense. Here's the Kings shot chart for the second period, since we're going to glaze how great he's been. Good job. Good job with those layups. Way to keep that shooting percentage up. All right, we come back from break, and I kid you not, the announcers are glazing LeBron's career points. But is this Draymond missing yet another layup? Maybe he did sign with Clutch, or did Kevin Love block that? At the other end, the most skilled era continues, and hey, what's LeBron doing? Starting his process. As LeBron relaxes, Kevin Love is down there doing the dirty work, pulling in offensive rebounds. Love had 9 rebounds this period alone. 3 of them were offensive.
Gets the rebound. Livingston lost the hand.
Another dunk. The only way these two teams seem to be able to score. Look at LeBron fly by. Nearly takes J.R. Smith out. Look at the defense by the Warriors on Shumpert here. What the hell? But to Shumpert's credit, at least he finally makes a perimeter shot, breaking the drought for both teams. And I can't help but point out who is already almost out of frame. I know, it's just high basketball IQ, because everyone else is too dumb to realize you can be lazy and be praised for it. And yes, LeBron got an assist for that. And yet again, Durant easily goes away from LeBron. LeBron has no interest in fighting through to stick with his man. But who does LeBron end up guarding when he chooses not to? I mean, come on. How many times is this going to happen? In fact, it's happening so often, now I'm getting suspicious of myself. I'm like, okay, come on. You're not being fair. Something's up here. There's no way he blows it this many times. But let's rewind. Let's walk through this. Okay, at the beginning of the play, you can see Durant and LeBron are matched up, but Durant is about to run through traffic in order to try and create some space. Kevin Love, who is accustomed to people actually playing defense, steps backwards to let LeBron go through and stay with his man. Nope, LeBron has no intentions of doing that. And you're going to be able to argue that maybe there should have been a switch. Until you get to here, and I've got you. You know why? Because who is LeBron going to pick up? Kevin Love's guy? No, he's trying to pick up Steph, apparently, which makes no sense because Shumpert is sticking with Steph. It also tells you that it is not the Cavaliers' default plan to switch on any of these. It just means LeBron doesn't want to stick to Durant. Number 2, LeBron can't cover Curry, not unless he's fouling him. Curry will go right past him. And going back to what I said in the first place, LeBron should be picking up Kevin Love's man if he's going to do this. Kevin Love dropped back so that LeBron could continue through to Durant. Kevin Love's guy is still at the top of the key. And now, because LeBron is sitting there doing nothing, I repeat, nothing, guarding no one, now Shumpert and Kevin Love both suddenly have to be like, oh shit, how do we correct this? So, yet another layup that I think I can argue has a lot to do with LeBron James's defense. But you know what'll make up for that low IQ defense? A high IQ play on offense from LeBron, such as chucking up a brick with 21 seconds remaining on the shot clock. My God, look at the disrespect. Nobody who is an actual GOAT ever gets that sort of space. And I know LeBron fans want to get excited when his three-point percentage increases. This is usually why. He's just not taken seriously, and teams have decided to go with the strategy of, we will live with it. How long is this guy going to hold his hand up after he misses? And I leave you with that graceful eventual stop coming into the shot. This has been another LeBron James high IQ moment. You know what? I'm being too hard on him because look at the effort he has to put in on defense. Look how tight he is up on Draymond Green, the Warriors' #1 shooting option. Can't give him any space at all. Here's another Durant miss, presumably because LeBron wasn't guarding him. He's 100% against LeBron.
First one was back in 2012. He was 20 field.
Get rid of it as fast as possible, LeBron. Maybe Kyrie will pull some heroics here. Holy crap.
Kyrie Irving with a circus shot.
I gotta look again. I don't even understand what happened here. Holy shit. 4-point play by Kyrie. All right, here's the switch we expected. LeBron gets off of Durant as fast as possible. And this is a copyright pause, but get ready for what comes next. And freeze. Let's zoom in. Something has gone wrong for the Cavs for Sean Livingston to be getting this open of a cut. Now, the Cavs that we can't see on the screen are guarding people, except for LeBron. LeBron has an opportunity to at least slow Livingston down. What does he do? You tell me. Go ahead and describe the defensive effort with your words. What's happening on the rest of the floor that could possibly excuse this lack of effort? I mean, fucking put your hands up. Anyway, believe it or not, I'm not going to count this one as 2 points for the Warriors directly attributed to LeBron because it's just a little bit too iffy. I invite you to appreciate the importance of LeBron James on this play. And then going the other way, a possible fast break is broken up by the defensive effort of Iman Shumpert. What do you know? Klay Thompson actually makes a layup. But the scoring continues to be limited to layups. At the other end, LeBron says, Durant's on me. I'm not even going to try. So he's giving it up to the superior player on the team. LeBron goes to the corner where he's the most helpful by getting out of the way. And Kyrie's free to work his magic. I want to look at that again because Kyrie absolutely smokes Draymond Green. Durant actually reached in to try and help, and it did not help. On the other end, LeBron can't guard Durant, so he fouls him. Klay continues to be cold from outside. In fact, this is a good time to go check the box score. I'm just curious. Klay went 1 for 8, which means we saw just then the one that he made in the second period at 12.5%. Super team, super team, super team. How are the Cavaliers losing? All right, LeBron. Speaking of, who's ready to see a LeBron turnover? So what happened? LeBron tries to go at Durant. Not a good idea. Somebody bail me out. The pass can't get there. What do you think the announcers had to say about that terrible pass?
Stolen by Klay Thompson.
Really? No criticism for the terrible pass. Let's make it sound like Klay made an amazing play. He had to stand there and have the ball thrown to him. And we are not done. The disaster of this play is not finished. What often happens, more times than not, after a LeBron James turnover?
Durant down the lane.
That's a 4-point swing. Minimum. And it's on LeBron. And guess who's not there? I see 4 Cavaliers. Guess who's not there? The guy who turned the ball over. Let's see if we can find him. And, oh, there he is. Yep, being smarter than everyone else again by not getting back. There's 2 more amazing LeBron James high IQ plays. One on the offensive end, one on the defensive end. And this is right on the heels of his other intelligent play of chucking up a stupid 3-pointer. The only break in between the stupid plays was Kyrie taking the ball to the hole by himself. This is 2 more points for the Warriors thanks to LeBron James. But categorizing this one is a little bit trickier. Are these 2 points because of LeBron's shitty offense? Or do we include his defense on this? Which would mean no defense, since he just stayed at the other end and watched the Warriors score off of his turnover. Absolute basketball genius. By the way, you know how many of these worship channels there are just spewing bullshit about LeBron's basketball IQ? Can any of you break down plays and explain it? Because he looks like a freaking moron. But I get it, sellouts. We are living in the age of kiss the ring, bend the knee, or you will be canceled. But if you're willing to tell lies and suck up to your cult king, you will be rewarded. Listen to Mark Jackson explain this play.
What they're doing is running to the shooters. You got to protect the paint, protect the basket.
It was a broken play. It was a fast break off of a turnover. What are you talking about? He is blaming the rest of the team for how they defended a broken play without mentioning who caused the problem in the first place. By the way, keep that same energy about staying in the paint, protecting the basket instead of running out to the shooters. Because who have we now seen is notorious for fleeing from the paint? LeBron James. Right after all of those disasters, we have LeBron James turn the ball over again. They set a screen for him. He goes running. He gets caught in the air. Risky pass. Draymond gets a hand on it. Ends up hitting Kevin Love as it goes out. Don't worry, LeBron. Kevin Love will take all the heat for this. He might need to go to therapy again.
And we've seen it in the past, looking to turn the corner and be a playmaker as opposed to a scorer. He's got to be aggressive.
That sounds like desperate attempts to provide excuses for LeBron James. He was being aggressive. He's just not as good of a scorer as you're trying to make people think. And he's not that good of a passer either, apparently. He needed to be bailed out, and it didn't work out. Back to the game, Curry misses a layup. How did the Cavs lose? And Kyrie hits Kevin Love for the very difficult three-pointer. Don't miss LeBron's exaggerated pass, though. He wants the whole world to think that he threw an incredible pass. Livingston can't hit over Kevin Love. Excellent defense. Here's an interesting move by Kevin Love against Livingston on the other end. He throws it up to get the free throws. Tangled bodies. Oh, I guess it's not in the act of shooting. The Cavs get the ball back just for LeBron James to turn the ball over again. Okay, it's time to ask. How many turnovers do you think LeBron had in the second period alone? 6. This time the Warriors don't convert directly off of LeBron's turnover, but then Curry just mangles Kevin Love. Kyrie, at the other end, decides to make the defense look bad himself. My God, working Draymond Green. But look at what LeBron did that whole play. The best things that have happened for the Cavs have been when LeBron has gotten out of the way. At the other end, Durant shows that he doesn't want to score unless LeBron is guarding him. Of course, LeBron is nowhere near Durant. Still a chance for the Warriors since LeBron lets Steph Curry out-rebound him. Yes, LeBron, sitting under there waiting for the rebound, not accustomed to people actually trying to steal his stat pad rebounds. Let's reflect on that basketball moment. Kiss the ring, thinking basketball. You don't want to end up like the Colbert Show. Steph finds Durant. LeBron doesn't want anything to do with it, so he watches Durant score on his teammate.
Second shot opportunities.
Yes, let's just speak in the abstract. You don't want to talk about the importance of boxing out properly or why they're getting these second shot opportunities? The clumsy steroid bulldozer does what he does and gets the foul called on the Iggy. So that's a shooting foul, huh? Well, that's one way to get a couple of points. Please switch. Please switch. I don't want Durant. Please switch. Please switch. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Kyrie's left trying to guard the 7-footer, which results in 2 free throws for Durant. And then LeBron James, he shows us that he doesn't have a bag, goes to one thing that he has, which is size and running people over. This time the refs don't let him get away with it. And indeed, he just fucking creams Durant right in the solar plexus.
Draws the charge.
And you don't have to be set. That's a myth. You just have to be in legal guarding position. Durant is.
I'm pretty surprised that they called this on LeBron. He gets away with this a lot. And Durant isn't set. I don't know if you want to listen to Van Gundy, because announcers go back and forth on what they interpret the rules to be in terms of whether or not you need to be set, because most of the time they say you do. But that's an offensive foul, too. I mean, man, you don't want anyone doing that to you on the basketball court. I mean, look at the stance here. He's fully spread. He's just launching his body into the defender. This isn't a basketball play. Nothing's going to happen after this other than get bailed out by a whistle or a miss. He's just full-blown launching his body like a weapon. Steam Engine checks in for the Cavs. Curry misses his shot. Mr. Handles himself tries to have yet another turnover. God, just look at this. But somehow the ball ends up in the Cavs' hands, so no turnover. And they miss the three-pointer anyway. As the clock winds down, Clay tries to heave one up. Oh, hey, Clay, guess what? With the new rule change, this would not count against your shooting percentage. Oh my God, the NBA is weird now. So LeBron fumbling the ball, as he did on the Cavs' last possession there, hurt their chances of scoring. How many turnovers did he have? 6, in addition to that uncalled one. How many shots has he missed? How many times has he been scored on directly? How many times have his teammates been scored on because they had to make a defensive switch to try and make up for his blown defense? You guys, this is bad basketball. It's worse than I thought it was going to be. Going back and looking, he'd better turn into Superman in the second half to make up for this. Anyway, that's AOH's second period breakdown from the 2017 NBA Finals, Game 1. Let me know what you thought.